Hey friends, thank you so much for the kind of views I've been getting. Really appreciate all of you for the same. Well, today I have got a topic which is close to heart, and it's called the financial health. How many of us would have really sat down and tried to understand what kind of a financial health we have? We always talk about our mental health, our physical health, but what about the financial health? Well, there are multiple parameters which are there to go ahead and gauge what kind of financial health we are, which I'm going to talk about today. So for starters, financial health is something very specific. It tells you the kind of finances you have in your life, the kind of assets you have in your life, and the kind of liabilities you carry in your life. So when you look at them very closely, you get to know kind of financial health you are in. So how do we go about doing it? The parameters, obviously, the net worth of an individual, the kind of retirement planning you have done in your life, if you have gone ahead and made some proper arrangements for uncertain events. Are you keeping your expenses under control, even though there is incremental earnings which are taking place, which is specifically your fixed expenses? These are the few which you have to very categorically see and make sure which are in place. So when we talk about net worth, let's understand net worth. So you would be having your assets in terms of financial and real, which would be your home, which could be a house, which could be gold, silver. It could be your investments which you have done in banks, maybe mutual funds, equities, into bonds, debt instruments. Those becomes your assets. Then you would be having certain liabilities. Liabilities could be right from the kind of home loan you have taken, or a personal loan you have taken, or a loan on the car, mortgage as we call it for your home, and there is obviously your education loans sometimes which have been taken. So you need to go ahead and basically minus your total assets with the kind of liability you are carrying, which will give you your net worth. So it's a difference between the asset and the liability. It's obvious, a positive net worth means that your financial health is very much in place and you're doing well. Which is very important. More the pluses, that means higher the amount of plus in terms of your net worth, the better. The second point, very important, is to understand your expenses. You have to keep them under control. You have to jot down your expenses and make sure that they are not increasing in the same league as the kind of income which you increase every year. It has to be very constant in nature, because that would mean that you are trying to save more and then obviously invest more, which helps you obviously in your net worth. The third thing is, importantly, if you have done your retirement planning properly, I'm keeping it aside because I think it's a passive income way of making money, which is very important for all of us. The fourth one, again, is a very important aspect of our life, wherein have you kept some money aside for any kind of eventuality which might come your way, which is unplanned, which is an emergency or a contingency fund, which again showcases how well are you financially planned and if your financial health is in place. These four very specific determinants make sure that yes, your financial health is very much in place and you are doing well in your life. You need to take a pen and a paper, jot them down properly, make sure that you realign them as per your current situation in life. Obviously, financial health is not static in nature, it changes over a period of time. So, automatically, you need to make certain changes in your expenses, in the allocation and reallocation of your debt, to make sure that you're on the right path to become financially healthy. Many times I'm asked, okay, Rahul, what should be the net worth in terms of what the amount of liability we have and the amount of EMIs we are paying, or the mortgage loan every monthly outgo which is there, what percentage it should be of our income. Ideally, it should not be more than 30% of your total income. So try to, if it is higher, try to prepay a bit of it. So to bring it to a more closer to that percentage, which makes sense, so that you are, getting equipped to become loan free or liability free faster. Have a certain portion of your investment which is targeted specifically to go ahead and prepay such kind of liabilities. Having a nice financial health is what all of us really vie for. We want to have that. So make sure that you have got the numbers right. The pointers which I have told you, keep those in mind and use this judicially to make a difference and have a good financial health. Thank you so much once again. And my next videos, which will follow, would be a little bit more in depth as to of the percentages which you should have in different areas of investment, and also how much liability you should carry in respect to the income you have. Bye bye. Take care. All the best.